Recently, new STQQ certification standards shook up the surveillance market, leaving buyers and installers scrambling to secure compliant hardware. To fill this sudden void, Prama responded aggressively, flooding the distribution channels with a massive drop of 20 brand-new, fully certified camera models. But hitting the market with that much hardware creates an immediate problem. Figuring out exactly which combination of megapixel counts, body types, and features you actually need, without overspending on tech you won't use. To cut through the noise, we sort all 20 models into 4 strict categories: basic entry, color plus audio, active deterrence, and varifocal. We are excluding the massive Enterprise Project series here, focusing entirely on accessible distribution models. Throughout this evaluation, the main trade-off is your absolute budget ceiling versus the exact quality of visual evidence needed. Finding the right camera means looking past the top-line megapixel numbers and matching a specific toolset directly to the physical vulnerabilities of your location. The fastest way to navigate these 20 models is by decoding Prama's naming convention, which acts like a cheat sheet for the entire product line. Look at the first half of a model number: PT-NC120-D3. PT marks Prama, NC specifies network camera, and D shows distribution tier. The suffix hides the features. W stands for white light, N means night vision, and M indicates a built-in microphone. Applying that code, let's evaluate the first functional category, the entry-level series, ending in D2 or D3. These models deliver core baseline specs. You choose between 2 megapixel or 4 megapixel resolutions, paired with standard infrared red nighten capable of reaching 30 meters. The resolution choice dictates your contrast handling. The 2 megapixel version relies on software-based digital WDR. Pushing up to the 4 megapixel model gives you true hardware-based WDR at 120 decibels, returning much sharper images in harsh, backlit areas. Operationally, this tier delivers crisp daytime recording and covers basic perimeter monitoring while keeping hardware costs at the absolute minimum. But those cost savings come with strict limits. These entry-level cameras do not record any audio, and their nighttime footage is entirely black and white. Relying solely on black and white infrared means you lose critical identifying details in the dark, like the exact color of a getaway vehicle or a suspect's clothing, which drastically limits your options during a post-incident investigation. The entry-level line is built strictly for low-risk environments where your budget is tight and reliable daytime visibility is your only operational requirement. If your environment demands better evidence, you move to the mid-tier Color View Plus Audio series, easily spotted by the WNM suffix. This series introduces 2 critical hardware upgrades over the baseline: a built-in microphone and continuous, bright white light illumination. These additions capture full-color visual evidence and clear audio, even in pitch-black environments. The trade-off is the white light stays on continuously at night. This can irritate neighbors in residential areas and instantly exposes the camera's location. For locations where simply recording a crime isn't enough, there is the top tier, the ultra-low illumination and active deterrence series, marked by the S and AW tags. This tier brings heavy hardware upgrades. The flagship 6 megapixel model utilizes a massive 1.24-inch progressive scan sensor that drastically outperforms smaller lenses in low light, dropping down to a 0.05 lux rating. But the defining features here are the active responses. These models include a bright strobe light alarm and a 2-way audio speaker. They also integrate an onboard SD card slot, supporting up to 512 gigabytes of local storage. This acts as a hardware failsafe, preserving your footage even if the network goes down or your main recording drive is destroyed. The ultimate outcome of this tier is active defense. When triggered, the strobe light and speaker system actively repel intruders, stopping a break-in while it's happening rather than just recording the aftermath. Deploying these features requires robust infrastructure. The higher 6 megapixel resolution and constant audio streams demand significantly more network bandwidth and much larger hard drives to store the data. Because of the flashing alarms, 2-way audio, and high storage costs, deploying these cameras in a standard, low-threat indoor office environment is a massive overkill. The color view models are excellent for silently gathering complete legal evidence, while the active deterrence line is strictly for high-risk zones, where preventing a breach is your highest priority. There is one final, highly specific category in Prama's lineup, the varifocal lens series. Instead of relying on fixed lenses, these cameras mechanically adjust their focal length from 2.8 to 12 millimeters. Deploy this technology when architecture demands it, looking down deep, narrow corridors or zooming precisely on a point-of-sale cash register. The trade-off happens during installation. You lose the plug-and-play simplicity of fixed cameras. Tuning the focal length correctly requires manual adjustment and a higher level of installer expertise to get a perfectly sharp image. Varifocal cameras are precision instruments that trade an easy setup for exact, customizable environmental targeting. The core takeaway from this product rollout is that the exact layout of your property must dictate the features you buy, well before you start comparing megapixel counts. For a strict residential budget, explicitly request the entry-level IR series. For a retail store or dark driveway, step up to ColorView plus audio for legal-grade evidence. And for high-risk perimeters, select the strobe and two-way audio series to actively deter threats. As for exact pricing, the numbers vary wildly by state and distributor. You need to take this precise breakdown to your local system integrator to get an accurate quote for your specific region. To help with those conversations, head over to our Instagram and send a direct message with the word Prama. We have an automated system set up to send you the complete, detailed spec sheet for all 20 models. Choosing from 20 new cameras sounds overwhelming at first, but by filtering out what you don't need, you are perfectly positioned to command the exact hardware your security infrastructure requires.